Good evening, everybody. I'm Weijia Jiang in New York. Adriana Diaz is off. Today, President Joe Biden again warned Russian leader Vladimir Putin of the cost of any invasion of Ukraine. More than a dozen nations have urged their citizens to leave the country. Today, more planes carrying U.S. troops from the 82nd Airborne Division flew into Poland to bolster NATO's eastern flank. And in Ukraine's capital, thousands of Ukrainians braved winter cold to rally in Kyiv to show unity against the threat. For the latest, we begin with CBS's Christina Ruffini at the White House. Christina, good evening to you.
Good evening, Weijia. The White House says that call between two world leaders didn't produce any major breakthroughs. And a senior ranking official tells us they're still not sure whether or not Vladimir Putin has made the decision to invade. But early this morning, the State Department pulled most of its diplomats out of the embassy in Kyiv, just in case. During the hour-long conversation, the White House says President Biden urged President Putin to engage in de-escalation and diplomacy. But the time for diplomacy is running thin. Traveling in Fiji, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the U.S. still has not received a written response to its security proposals.
We're in the window when a Russian invasion could start at any time.
And Russia now has 80% of the troops it would need to invade positioned along Ukraine's borders.
Any American in Ukraine should leave as soon as possible, and in any event in the next 24 to 48 hours.
About 7,000 Americans in Ukraine have registered with the State Department. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said yesterday anyone who stays should not expect a U.S. military rescue.
The president will not be putting the lives of our men and women in uniform at risk by sending them into a war zone.
3,000 U.S. troops, however, are headed to join units already positioned in Poland and Romania, with 8,200 on standby to back up other NATO allies, in case Putin's territorial aspirations expand beyond Ukraine.
And Christina joins us live from the White House now. Christina, Jake Sullivan said it was an urgent message for those Americans and State Department officials to get out of Ukraine. What can you tell us about how they're leaving and where they are going?
Well, Weijia, planes, trains, automobiles, the White House has made very clear it doesn't care how you leave, but those options are still available and civilians need to take them now. As for who's left in the embassy, there's going to be a small contingent there that will deal with the Ukrainian government. Most of those diplomats are going to leave the country, but another group is going to go to a city called Lviv, which is closer to the Polish border, to provide American citizens emergency services should they need them while trying to leave the country.
Christina, with all that new reporting, thank you.